It was another absolutely insane week in the world of AI. It's so hard to keep up with it all. Don't worry, we've got you. Here are the top 10 stories in AI this week. Anthropic have announced a whole suite of new connectors for Claude. The expansion marks a clear pivot for Anthropic. Its connector program has spent the past year focused on work tools. Dropping Uber Eats and Spotify alongside them signals Claude is being repositioned as a general assistant, not just a coding and writing tool. The mechanic is dynamic suggestion. Mention a hike and Claude surfaces all trails. Mention dinner plans and Resi appears. The assistant stitches multiple apps into one conversation without the user hopping between tabs. So, as OpenAI attempts to steal back some of the enterprise market, it seems that Anthropic is trying to grab some of OpenAI's consumer audience. The Headform's Origin F1 robot is built around synthetic skin, micro-actuators, and expressive AI that let it blink, track faces, scan a room, and react with subtle emotion in real time. The pitch is less robot that can do your laundry and more robot you'd actually want to interact with. Hugh, a Columbia PhD, reckons the biggest commercial opportunity in humanoids over the next 5 years isn't productivity at all, it's emotional value. Companionship, care, presence, the soft stuff. It's a very compelling pitch, and we don't want to be too cynical, but I think we might know where he's going with this. Is it human-like and beautiful, or just plain creepy? OpenAI's Workspace Agents are persistent agents that live inside a ChatGPT business workspace, handling multi-step tasks that span tools and teammates. Think a research agent anyone in marketing can kick off, or a compliance agent the whole legal team shares. The shift is significant. Until now, ChatGPT agents have been single-user. You configure them, you run them, the context dies with the session. Workspace agents move that surface up to the team level with shared memory and shared tool access. It's also OpenAI stepping squarely onto Anthropic's co-work turf, where shared projects and team-level context have been a headline feature. Sheikh Mohammed announced a new government model this week, directing that 50% of UAE government sectors, services and operations move to agentic AI by 2028. Every federal employee will be trained to work alongside these systems with a dedicated task force overseeing implementation. Performance across government will be measured by speed of adoption and mastery of AI in redesigning how the state actually works. No other government has put a hard 50% target on autonomous execution of state functions. 2 years is an incredibly ambitious goal, but it's also a sign of just how contracted timeframes have to be in this world. Gemini Enterprise Agent Platform is Google's unified environment for building, deploying, and policing AI agents. It rolls the old Vertex AI service into one place, with Agent Studio for low-code development, an Agent Development Kit for multi-agent systems, and Agent Runtime for long-running processes. There are now more than 200 models, including Gemini 3.1 Pro, Gemma 4, and third-party options. Memory Bank handles persistent context, while simulation, evaluation, and observability tools cover the full testing loop. It's a clear bid to own the enterprise agent stack, and it's a very strong offering. Claude just got updated with Live Artifacts. These are persistent, connected mini-apps that live inside Cowork. Ask Claude to build a sales tracker, a project dashboard, or a KPI view, and it saves to a dedicated Live Artifacts tab with version history. Reopen it from any session, any device, and the numbers refresh against the live source. What it means practically is that the old pattern of asking Claude for a one-off report is being quietly replaced. You build it once and it keeps working. No copy-pasting data in, no rebuilding the prompt next week. Broader context, this is Anthropic aiming squarely at the classic. SpaceX announced last night that it is working closely with Cursor to build what it calls the world's best coding AI. The structure is unusual. SpaceX can acquire Cursor outright later this year, or pay $10 billion for the collaboration and walk away. For Cursor, the headline is compute. The company has said it is bottlenecked by training capacity, and Colossus dwarfs anything Cursor could rent elsewhere. In return, Musk's wider AI stack gets distribution into developer tools. $60 billion is a premium, but it gives Musk first refusal on the fastest-growing AI coding startup in the world. OpenAI's next-generation image model, ChatGPT Images 2.0, has just landed. It can produce full magazine layouts, multi-panel comic strips, and marketing assets in different sizes. The thinking variant can search the web, generate multiple options from one prompt, and double-check its own output. The headline feature is text. Earlier image models mangled anything longer than a word or two, which is why designers kept them at arm's length. But Images 2 seems to nail typography. The standard model is available to everyone, but thinking mode is paid tier only. Entire magazines from a single design prompt, it's seriously impressive. DeepSeek, the Chinese lab that rattled the industry with V3 and R1 a year ago, is claiming parity with the top closed-source models at a fraction of the cost. V4 Pro activates 49 billion parameters per token through its mixture of experts architecture. V4 Flash runs a lighter 13 billion active out of 284 billion total. Both variants are live on DeepSeek today, and the open weights are already on Hugging Face. A trillion-scale open-weight model with million-token context, casually dropped on a Friday morning with no warning. That's what we've come to know as a DeepSeek moment. GPT 5.5 is here, and it carries coding tasks further end-to-end. Inside Codex, that means reading a codebase, making the changes, debugging, testing, and validating the result in a single pass. On SweBench Pro, it hits 58.6%. That's a decent step up from GPT 5.4, and OpenAI says it does it using fewer tokens. Bigger models also usually serve slower, but OpenAI reckons GPT 5.5 matches GPT 5.4 per token latency in production. So the frontier coding race keeps moving in the same direction. Longer horizons, more autonomy inside the loop, and increasingly no speed tax for the jump. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. If you can go just one more step and support us by liking and sharing this video, we would really appreciate it.